Yes, everyone, it is finally here. The all-new Kia EV9. Now, when the Kia EV6 was released, it was a big success, everyone. It was a very interesting electric car, desirable, and great value for money. Kind of like the values of the Kia brand so far, and just like the sibling brand Hyundai. But guys, there's something really new that just happened, the Kia EV9. Now, I had a chance to take a look at the Kia EV9 from every angle. I had a look at the interior and the exterior. First impression I have to say is that standing next to it, the exterior, it's got similar dimensions to that of the Audi Q7, maybe something like a BMW X3. Now, I am not trying to say that this car is meant to compete with these Germans I just mentioned. I'm just trying to tell you all the dimensions of this Kia EV9 because it's big. But then something else occurred in my mind. It could be a reference to the Kia Telluride. For those of you who are not aware of what is the Kia Telluride, it's a crossover SUV, or should I say full-sized SUV, that's sold uniquely in the North American market. It's no joke, everyone. It is indeed electric, and you do get additional storage space over here, guys. Now, it's written that apparently the maximum weight you can carry in this is 20 kilograms, 20 kg. Now, guys, I have to confess, this is the first time I've ever seen a full-sized SUV with 4-spoke wheels. It's really interesting and it looks futuristic. This Kia EV9 costs 84,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? We're gonna find out in a moment, guys. Let's get on with the review right now. Keyless entry. All door handles are retractable, everyone, so they fold in when the car is locked. And look at the way they open. So in order to open, they open like this, guys. See? 360-degree parking camera with parking sensors at the front and at the rear. You get actual air vents right here, everyone. Now, when it comes to SUVs like the Kia Sorento or crossover SUVs like the Sportage or the Niro, Kia had a problematic habit of putting reverse lights all the way down there. But with this Kia EV9, the reverse lights are around here, guys. Very good for other road users. Over here is your recharge cap, everyone. And now if you want to close it, you have to push this button apparently, which is a unique way, but it is what it is, guys. Blind spot monitoring, everyone, and your side view mirrors are heated. Now, my first impression about the interior is that it follows very similar themes to the Hyundai Ioniq models. So particularly this area right here, this continuous straight line, could also be a reference to the Genesis brand. Genesis is the luxury brand of Hyundai and Kia. So therefore, whenever they go luxury, for some reason they are obsessed with straight lines everywhere. Does it really play in their favor? You all be the judge. But what I really think is that it's cool how Kia has gone about it, especially for the EV9. When you look at the door, something funny is happening. They gave so much interesting details. Heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. I love those details right there, guys. Even seating memory, but there's a little problem. As soon as you look at the window buttons, it's all just hard plastic. Otherwise, the door handle is good. I like the door handle, and it's long. It reminds me of what I saw on the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. Just like the Kia Sorento, you get seating adjustments right here for the front passenger as well, which is really cool. Just like other car manufacturers who are going into electric cars, Kia has employed a very similar theme when we're talking about simplicity, but then at the same time, they maintained a lot of practicality. Like, so for instance, physical buttons over here, so that you don't need to depend too much on the infotainment system. So most of the buttons over here are related to your climate controls, but then you do get basic buttons for your infotainment, guys. And over here, one thing I just love is the way they hide the 12-volt socket, guys. I mean, just look at this. This is so cute. And then also over here you get a charging port and another charging port for your wires. Now you can choose whether it's going to be for charging or for USB connections, if I'm correct, guys, because look at this. So you get to choose charging plus USB or just charging alone. It's very decent, guys. Just makes me wonder, where do you put your telephone? Oh, your telephone goes over here, but then the wire of the telephone has to go all the way there. So there's just going to be wires all over the place. Now, steering adjustment, guys. So steering adjustment is electric. To move it in and out, it takes forever. But to move it up and down, it's surprisingly faster than what I've experienced in other cars. Your transmission is right here, guys. This is your transmission, and the way you switch the gears is very interesting. You just have to twist this, and if you want to put it in park, there's a button right on top of it. Really good. Now, when it comes to the steering wheel, I don't know what is it about the steering wheel, but it feels really thick to hold on to. It's like holding a mountain bike tire. It's a 4-spoke steering wheel. The details are right there. It's easy to use. Well, at least it should be easy once you get used to the interior. And ironically enough, there are 2 pallets on the steering wheel. It's really good, but the pallets are super small, so you can only reach them when your hands are in this position. But if your hands are here above or beneath over here, forget it. You won't be able to reach the pallets, guys. You do get a panoramic sunroof. Now, guys, beware. The panoramic roof is split into 2. So you get a panoramic roof for the rear seat, and you get a panoramic sunroof for the front seat, guys. I was just looking up here, and I already noticed a big problem. I do not get sunglasses holders. Where do I put my sunglasses, guys? Why is everybody forgetting about sunglasses these days? And is from here I go into the topic of practicality, guys. So, cup holders over here, super detailed. You press the buttons and they get even more practical than ever. And if ever you don't need them, they just remain open spaces where you can just put your telephone, or you can just do whatever you want with it, like your central console storage. Speaking of central console storage, I glanced at it earlier and I couldn't help but point out that, first of all, your wireless telephone recharge eats up most of the space. And then second of all, it's super shallow. There's nothing much going on in there. But you get a massive space down there. You see, when talking about SUVs or something, it's more cozy when it's up here, when everything is at my reach. But there's a huge space underneath, so I'm forced to bend my back and reach whatever is down there. There's a lot of decoration going on over here, and I always thought to myself, maybe this could be an additional storage space, but no, it's not an additional storage space. Although, you get a nice glove box, which is very nicely detailed, spacious, and you get 2 levels of it. That's practical, guys, and it opens in such a way that it's like a drawer almost. I'm impressed. And now, the door bin, guys. The door bin is very good. It can fit my water bottle perfectly. But big bottle, I don't think so, guys. The door bin is not very deep, but it is there. And you get a Meridian sound system, guys. Second impression about this interior, so far I have to say, points earned for the option list. But for a price of 84,000 euros, I see endless hard plastic all over the interior. Like over here it's squidgy, but then down here it's just hard plastic, guys. Over here as well. There's something about the interior that feels a bit budget in certain areas. Now, you may have noticed that this Kia EV9 has a long wheelbase. Therefore, the space for the rear seat passengers is massive. And this equally means ease of entrance. Look at me, I can literally lie down. It is time to check out the rear seats of the Kia EV9. It's really, really interesting. Very spacious, the way they've gone about it. So, no complaints. Feet room, perfect. Knee room, perfect. Headroom, perfect. The Kia EV9 is basically an SUV, or should I say full-sized SUV. But when you sit in the interior, it feels more like a minivan. Except the only difference is that, yes, your feet will be in this position because this car is electric. So likely there's some components hiding underneath the floor. But you know, you can still stretch your legs. So there's no problem over there. It is not enough. But now it is not enough to be super spacious. We have to cover practicality, guys. And the first thing I really like is this cup holder right here. Now, this cup holder is of fixed size. So drinks can wobble, you know. Oops, drink spilled. But this is also adjustable. See, you can put it in this position, or you can just leave it down, or you can put it up here. Ooh, putting it up here makes it feel like I'm on an armchair. Not bad. Now, there's another set of cup holders right there for some reason, which made me suspicious that it's likely related to the Kia Telluride, because when I think of multiple cup holders, first thing that comes to my mind is North American markets, because I get the impression they love their cup holders. This one is interesting. It is adjustable too. So this is better. This one can hold my drink better. Put your drink over there. Don't use this one. And now when it comes to... and then for some reason on the back seat, there's a charging port right there. Kids, behave yourself. Learn to share charging ports. And then also there's a backseat pocket, but advantage and disadvantage. The advantage I see is that it is a nice backseat pocket. You can pull it. But the disadvantage is that it is plastic. So therefore it's not very flexible. Just be careful with it, guys, especially in long terms. You all will be glad to know that the back seats are heated and ventilated. There's just one big problem though. Despite all the glamorous things happening in the back, the door bin is very small, guys. There's a storage space over here. For some reason, it's got leather and it's got a little pocket for your cards or something. And it's very deep, whatever it is over there. And you guys get air vents above. And speaking of what goes on above, you get climate control that's fully detailed, guys. I love this. This is one of the best things I've ever seen. But there's just one problem, guys. Not everyone is going to be able to reach everything up there. And me sitting in this position, I can just about reach it, but I feel like I have to stretch myself a bit. I feel like I'm stretching a bit just to reach it. I feel more comfortable when it's at my reach, guys. So like maybe it should be here in the middle, or maybe it should be here, you know. But then I guess it doesn't really matter. You get two handles to help yourself climb in, one over here and one right there. And also you get a coat hook right here. Now the moment of truth, the back space, the boot space of the Kia EV9. Okay, how do I open this? First thing to note is that this boot lip is very good. It's metal plated. Good, but then you have to just be careful not to scratch it too much in long terms, especially with your luggage. The advantage is that the paint is not very much exposed and it's not very close over here. So there's no chance of you scratching the body paint with your luggage. But then there's already a little problem. For standards of an SUV, this is almost at my hip level, guys. This is too high up. Vast space for standards of an electric car. I've never seen this before. And this is a 7-seater. You even get additional space underneath right here. But you're reminded that you can have a limit of 60 kilograms on top of this additional space. And I call this space additional because it is genuinely good despite having 7 seats up. And we're going to open those 7 seats in a moment. But let's see how much space you get when you fold down all seats. Folded down, you can literally move houses. This is almost a van. This is no longer an SUV, everyone. It's a van. But just be careful with the material. It's too good. I don't want to spoil it. Now there's a little problem, everyone. For the middle row, you cannot fold it back up. It's only there to fold it down, but if you want to move it back up, you have to go there and do it yourself. And the third row is also electric, everyone. Just look at it. Look at it go up. So in order to access the third row, just do this. And it moves the seat front rather passionately. It is time to check out the third row seats, everyone. So checking out the third row seats, I have to say it's easy to access, which is good. But when sitting over here, it's a bit of an interesting situation. So I have just about enough space, and I can have additional space if the middle row is generous enough to move some more space ahead. But this means their legroom also gets compromised. So I have great news to tell all of you. This Kia EV9 can potentially fit 7 adults perfectly. Now, I was very impressed with the boot space and the rear seats and the third row seats, but just one problem I'd like to remark is that the tether point has to be one of the lowest quality I've ever seen. It's just plastic, guys, and it's rather wobbly. So here's my conclusion of the Kia EV9, everyone. This is a perfect 7-seater, and it's very rare I use the word perfect because I've sat in plenty of 7-seaters and they all had one major problem. The third row seats. Never had they had enough space for the back or for the middle, because the middle row always had to compromise space, and this was never really a good thing. But in this Kia EV9, everybody can compromise and everybody can still be happy traveling from A to B, especially when all 7 seats are up. But it's not all pink roses, everyone. For a price of 84,000 euros, is this Kia EV9 good value for money or not? You know what, everyone? This Kia EV9 is perfect value for money. It's one of the best value for money I've ever seen for a price of 84,000 euros. Just think about it. You get a car that's the size of an Audi Q7 or a Mercedes GLE or something. It's almost like a Mercedes GLS, if you want me to be honest, because look at this, it's huge. Equipment list was endless. It was perfectly equipped. Everything was there. Everything that you need or everything that you would expect for this price, this segment, it was there, guys. Now, it is true that 84,000 euros is quite a big amount. Therefore, we have expectations, right? Now, it is not all pink roses. There's just one little problem I would like to point out. 84,000 euros, and there were some minor things missing, guys. Like, especially the interior felt a little bit budget. My opinion is that I love this Kia EV9. Everything is too good that I love it so much, I just cannot say further. I have to express my opinion again. I can go on all day with this. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.